Practice doesn't always make perfect, but practice does make practiced.
So we want to tell you some ways that you can practice your gratitude and build that appreciation muscle on today's minisode.
One of our proudest business accomplishments is what we've been able to do with Squeeze In franchising.
The Squeeze In is a breakfast lunch restaurant featuring the best omelets on the planet, and it's been around for almost 50 years, and now you can have a Squeeze in your community.
We've seen how this business transformed our families, and now we are so excited to offer this to families around the country to see how this little restaurant might change their family and their community.
If you're wondering how to set up your adult children for legacy and success through a small business, then the Squeeze In is an option we urge you to consider. Come find out more about Squeeze In franchising at squeezein.com.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Fenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Fenix Productions.
Gratitude is a skill. I want to underline that and put it in bold and caps. Gratitude is a skill. So if you don't feel like you're a naturally grateful or thankful person, that's okay. You just have a little skill building to do.
A little skill building, and what a day to do it. Here in the U.S., today is Thanksgiving Day. So happy Thanksgiving. We're so grateful you're spending a few minutes of your Thanksgiving with us in your ear, talking about how to build the skill of gratitude. I don't think this could be a more timely message.
All right. The first thing we have for you, pretty common practice. You've likely heard of it before, but just in case you haven't, we're going to give it here. Keep a gratitude journal. If it's just a plain journal that you write 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, and great. There are also tons of journals out there with gratitude prompts in them with daily things for you to write. And this is the season of great discounts. So would use that Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals and this weekend to find yourself a gratitude journal if this is a practice that calls to you.
Right? Even just grabbing that scrap piece of paper or maybe turning over that placemat that one of the children has colored for you you can start scrolling down things that you're grateful for. But something we can get stuck on is that question, right? Like, what am I grateful for? And certainly there are endless things that you can put on that list. But if you start to run dry on that, or your creativity isn't feeling juiced up, you can ask yourself different variations. Where are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for? When are you grateful for? And let that prompt you into thinking of creatively around some other things that you certainly are grateful for.
Another practice that you can use is to root yourself in your 5 senses. I'm actually working right now on creating more mindfulness with my 4-year-old, which is a bit of a difficult task, but in explaining to her what mindfulness means, we've talked about it like this. We say mindfulness is using our senses of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound to root ourselves into things that make us grateful. Can you listen to a song that raises your spirits? Can you eat that caramel apple and relish in the goodness? If you are having trouble finding things to be grateful for, root down into your body.
Oh my gosh. Olfactory anchoring is something that I absolutely love. And if you love smells as well, then try this. Grab a smell that's meaningful for you. For me, it's cinnamon or vanilla. You can probably have those in your baking cupboard, and just go get it and smell it. I promise you, you will get all the endorphins. You will get dopamine. You will feel good. You will have memories, and you will get anchored in gratitude for the times that you've tasted cinnamon, for the times that dad made French toast on Sunday mornings, or that yummy cinnamon roll that Nana used to make. I mean, that's a real one for us, right? Those are the kinds of things that you can anchor in. And I love smells for that reason. It can be something that reminds you of a joyous time, brings in that bodily sense, and can take you out of your head. Because sometimes you're like, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Smell some cinnamon, grab that vanilla, go get a pine or a flower and smell that, and let that anchor you into a sensory feeling that you enjoy and that makes you feel appreciative.
Now, a really powerful gratitude practice that you can do that will 100% shift the way that you see yourself is a very simple trick that we learned from our mentor and business business partner, Joseph McClendon III. Now, this trick is to go into the mirror every single day, look yourself in the eyes, say your name. So in this case, I'll say K, and then say, I love you. Looking yourself in the face and telling yourself that you love yourself is a wonderful way of demonstrating appreciation to your beautiful being, to your spirit. And it really does build this practice of self-love inside of you that can help you increase that emotion of gratitude.
Well, we've given you some tips on how to anchor into gratitude. We hope that you'll practice at least one of them here on Thanksgiving Day in the U.S. And for those of you listening around the world, thanks for being part of our family. We're grateful for you.
This podcast was a production of Angel Phoenix Productions. Explore more episodes of this show or other great shows on the Angel Phoenix Podcast Network by visiting angelphoenix.com. The views expressed in this show do not necessarily represent those of Angel Phoenix Productions or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.